Man, I've been fighting this battle with demons inside of me. I just won't stay in my lane so nobody can bother me. I'm too sensitive, intimate, touching the ego. Thought I had guessing someone told me how they go rap for me. All along, all of them be jealous. Fake souls, always make me nervous. Out of here, I'm on my peppers. Pull me down, still I'm breaking records.
Hey YouTube, this is Uncle Momo's music reaction channel where I provide my views on talented artists from around the world. And this time we are going over to Ghana. And look, I should be getting over there in about a couple of months. So look forward to checking out some more artists that I've done some interviews to. If you haven't checked that out, go over to my page, my African hip hop page, and you see the artists that I have interviewed when I went over to Ghana last year. And I'm going to do the same thing this year, apologies, this year as well. There's an amazing amount of artists that's coming out from Ghana, I'm telling you. So look, I am going to react to Sarkodie. Now, I have done the visual lyric reaction. Now this is the actual music video. Thank you so much for explaining to me what Otan is and also the breakdown of Sarkodie. I was like, what? Thank you very much for breaking it down for me. So look, we'll just go straight into it. It was released a couple of days ago. It's gathered 250,000 views. I know we can do a hell of a lot better with that, and so please show your support for the main man, the godfather of hip hop, and the boss, the caretaker. There's so many names, so many titles that represent Sarkodie. Is unbelievable. But I tell you what, he deserves every single accolade and title that is presented to him, and I'm sure there's going to be more titles that's going to be reinvented for him as the time goes by. So look, let's go straight into my first reaction of today, shall we? So without further ado, you know what we're here for. Great vocabs and a damn good video audio music. Can you dig it? Boss. It's that bass line, isn't it?
Yeah.
When it hits you, it's like, what?
Man, I've been fighting this battle with demons inside of me.
Ooh.
I just won't stay in my lane so nobody can bother me.
I hear that.
I'm too sensitive, intimate, touching the ego. Thought I had guessing someone told me how they go rap for me. All along, all of them be jealous. Fake souls, always make me nervous. Out of here, I'm on my peppers. Pull me down, still I'm breaking records. I'm on 1,000, but they wanna take me to 0.
Yep.
Fearless, the only God is my hero.
Let your angels cover me every day. Cover me every night. No telling who I know. I'm on the top and I keep on winning.
Yeah.
Higher we go, highest we go.
I'm on a different time, only God can
the bass
judge.
going in.
Committed suicide, I was pushed to the urge.
Charlie.
Anytime I smell my blessings, that be when the devil emerge. My spirit is broken, somebody come take me to church. Mama told me, boy, I'm proud of you. Don't you let nobody lie to you.
Sorry, look, I am catching all the bars. I have reacted to this before, but just to hear the flow from one end without interruptions, apologies for interrupting. But what I'm saying now, I could never of or even dream of saying it over what Mr. Sarkodie is doing right now. Do you know what I mean? Disrespectful. So I'm pressing pause right now. The visuals itself, very, very powerful. I like the presentation of the black and white element. I feel that sometimes when things are presented in the black and white visuals, it has more depth and it has more clarity than if it was presented in color. I don't know how or why it happens or what it means by that, but I feel that we have more kind of a more closer in depth when things are presented to us when there's no color involved. Listen to what he's going through. And I've said this before, he's been through the ups and downs and trials and tribulations of, of life, and it still continue on until, eventually there is no more longer of, until Sarkodie is immortalized. And what I mean by that is when he's, sadly passed away, but his music still continues on, like Bob Marley and everybody else, they're immortalized. And he has, his collections will forever tell a story. And it is And I feel that even if you go back into his earliest collections and listen to the stories of then, it still has some kind of form of representations now. And for that to happen, his music's got to be a cycle and not like a straight line, as in like, oh, you can listen and go back. I feel that his music is a cycle, that it will carry on returning, because he's covering every kind of issues that, you know, represents the people's struggle. And no matter what kind of, you know, struggle that people may face, there's always a circle of a track that you can dip into Sarkodie that represents it. And this here, once again, even though he's talking about his biography, about himself, there is so much attributes that we can relate to upon ourselves. That's where you listen and think, yeah, you know what, truth, wow, truth is hitting every kind of line, which is clever, where not only is he talking about himself, but it's relatable to ourselves. He might as well be talking to us, about us. That's what I should have said in a nutshell. Absolutely amazing. The visuals itself, like I said, there's so many different kind of pockets where you feel, whoa. The only thing that's confusing me at the moment, and I know it shouldn't be, I'm just trying to understand it, is there another storyline within the storyline? Because you see there's a female and there's a guy, and it looks like in like a gangster situation, the fog lights, the old cars. So I'm trying to understand that part there, and the female dancing in the sand as well, what they represent. Everything else, got it in a nutshell. So I feel that, you know, it's only 1.5 minutes into the reaction. So I feel that once I press play and watch the other half, that will become more, I'll have more clarity onto it. So I'm going to go back just a little bit to about say here.
Mama told me, boy, I'm proud of you. Don't you let nobody lie to you. Jehovah and blessings go carry you. Anywhere you go, the power go follow you. When I was losing the battle, you told me to keep on. And then you gave me your shoulder to lean on.
Let your angels cover me every day.
I love the chorus, man.
Every night, no time, who knows?
Be quiet.
I'm on the top and I keep on winning. Higher we go, highest we go.
You counted me out, but I came even harder. You be on me, chef, but I've been screaming louder. I made all this magic like abracadabra. You're gonna fire me, but still I'm a baba. Can't trust a person who sell out for dollar. Me value control like a vintage Impala. Will be on my downfall, cause I know a lot of you be haters and be crap all this power.
Come on.
You can just stay in your feelings. Me, I just break all the ceilings. I see all you people like miserable Siemens, wasting my time just to fight all these demons. Idols go tend to your rivals. Pray and just pick up your Bible. Y'all don't know why you can't get close to Michael. Me money pump me just for my survival. Man, I've been fighting this battle with demons inside of me. I just want to stay in my lane so nobody can bother me. I'm too sensitive, intimate, touching me ego. Thought I had, then someone told me how they go ride for me. All along, all of them be jealous. Fake souls always make me nervous. Out of here, I'm on my peppers. Pull me down, still I'm breaking records. I'm on 1,000, but they wanna take me to 0.
It's self-explanatory.
Fearless, the only God is my hero.
Jack Bass, I get it's the punch, innit? Know that punch scene. That part there should be him fighting himself. That would have been crazy. Maybe that represents both of them. So that was Sarkodie there with Otan. Like I said to you before, thank you so much for explaining to me or breaking down 2 parts. A, what Sarkodie means, and also what Otan means. The music video, you wouldn't expect anything less from Sarkodie. Come on. I explained a hell of a lot during that pause, which I'm not going to go over again. It's for yourself to, you know, rewind if you want to listen to it, that what I said there. Continuing on, though, we have a person who is very open. And what I mean by that is, in his rap schemes, there's always going to be something that is going to resemble about himself. He's always going to be talking about himself. He's opening regarding about himself. I guess the majority of hip hop artists do that, but not to the extent of some other hip hop artists. They may skim across the surface. But when you have an artist where the subject matter is always about the environment that he is in, then it is always going to be subject to oneself and how much you're going to open up about how you feel, who you are, what you represent. And like I said, once again, how you feel and how you feel about what's going on. And he's, like I said, he's always doing that. He's always depth in there. He's always passionate about that. And I feel through that, you get a closer understanding of yourself, because there's relatable elements in there, realistic values in there. And that's from outside of the pond. That's for people who are not living in the environment. That's not from Ghana. That's not hasn't even been over there. You know, his lyrical content transcends over to many other countries, which is, he's a global sensation, believe it or not. He is. He's more than just Ghana. And he's done that on his own back and brow, of his own sweat. He did, like I said, he deserves every kind of accolade that is presented to him, and much more. He deserves the title that's given to him and much more, And if you wake up every morning thinking my journey's only just begun, you're forever hungry, then you're always going to forever produce quality. And that's what he's about. He's always produced quality. He's never rested on his laurels. I'm Sarkodie, so I'm going to write a feeble track and just send it out there and just keep the money churning. That's, and don't get me wrong, hip hop artists do that. Just to churn out something, let me just write something. And, a hip hop track without any substance is just a hip hop track that's on the conveyor belt with multiple of other hip hop artists that's on that conveyor belt. But when you have subject matters, when you are the GOAT, it's just something completely different. And for that reason, I salute you. Boom!
Sensitivity meant touching me ego. Thought I had someone told me how they go ride for me. All along, all of them be jealous. Fake souls always make me nervous. Out of here, jam on my peppers. Pull me down, still I'm breaking records. I'm on 1,000, but they wanna take me to zero. Fearless, the only God is my hero.